Disappointing game tonight. I thought we had a good week of practice, but I think we regressed. I give Steve a lot of credit. He was prepared for us tonight, but disappointing because I thought we very selfish tonight. Very selfish, and I thought we were getting better at that way, but very, very selfish individually tonight as a team.
Alex, those last 5 minutes really kind of slipped away from you. Is it because of the selfishness, or is there some other aspects of it that changed, or where are you seeing that kind of that game slipped away?
Yeah, no, too many guys are in their own world. Too many guys started the game thinking about just scoring, and we didn't pass, and then that hurts our defense. But there's also other ways to be selfish. Guys not talking, guys not being ready to shoot, like that. That's a way to be selfish as well. But we need to do a better job of like coaches don't win, and players win games, not coaches, and the players can't do it unless they do it with each other. And we have too many guys on an island thinking about what they need to do by themselves, not how they fit into the group.
So with the selfishness, and then going back to the BYU game where the team quit in the final minutes, that's now two games where there's not been great commentary after the game. Just what does it say about where your team is at, and how do you kind of reset?
No, that's a hard thing because we're at the time in the season where you have to be careful about that. But now again, I think we have good character guys. They haven't shown it in the last two games. I think that goes to the selfishness. Like, it was disappointing when we stopped playing tonight and they got that basket. And it makes you question on how much you care. Like, and that's interesting thing, and the crowd was great tonight. Unbelievable crowd. We had some alumni back, and I'm embarrassed because that was far from like a University of Utah team that's been here for decades. Like, we might lose, but we're not going to lose that way. So we'll work on it and try to find some different combinations, and yeah.
Roy had 26 points tonight. What about his game was making him tough to defend tonight?
No, we talked. We had a week. We talked about him, and again, a few of our guys, have trouble, absorbing the information. We kind of mentioned it, but I think it goes back to thinking about me and scoring, and me on defense guarding my guy, not how I fit into with the other four, because I think it was like a team effort, and not recognizing him. And another way, a big way that is selfish is not talking. We have multiple guys that don't talk, and that's one way to be selfish because you're in your own little world. But give Roy credit. Hard to guard, and I was the other challenge this whole week with our guys because we're not a very good defensive team, and like a lot of times it's not the scheme. You just got to guard the guy in front of you and not let him go to the basket without touching him. And I don't know a solution for that right now.
Alex, you've been able to be close a lot this season, and I know that close doesn't really help in the end, but is there something that you're learning more from the Big 12 right now for you personally that helps that, or is it really just now up to the guys needing to kind of talk and do all that stuff that you've been talking about?
No, our margin for error is small, and it's all the little things. I think that there's teams like Arizona. We're probably not going to beat Arizona. That's a really good team. We fought hard. We got back within 8. That's the disappointing thing about tonight. Oklahoma State's a good team, but like, we're good enough to beat them, and it's just it's disappointing because I think everybody, the locker room is a sacred place, and kids now have they have their people around them at home, and we gotta spend time together. And again, we're a team, and success as a team and individually comes from winning.
Keanu, you guys were pretty close for most of that game. You've been close in many games this year. What happened near the end of the game that kind of just allowed them to take over?
I just think we went away from what got us the lead that we had in the first half and through the majority of the game. And then we just we didn't really come together as a team on both sides of the ball. I think defensively there was a lot of lapses that shouldn't have happened, and offensively same thing.
Can you kind of pinpoint, where the offensive issues were tonight?
feel like we was getting like sped up most of the game. I think if we just took our time with because their big man was kind of like blitzing the screen. I think if we kind of took our time with that and just made sure we like looked at all our options, we would have did a better job. So I think just patience.
Sadie, you had a really impactful first 5 minutes of the second half. You made plays on both ends of the floor. How do you try to build on that moving forward?
I think it's just effort for me. Just staying consistent with that. You know, I could have definitely played way better, hit more shots, but just being able to control the things I can, which is defense, my energy, talking on defense, I think this is going to help me with my offense.
Alex said there was a lot of guys just looking to get their own shot. They weren't playing as you guys weren't playing as a team. How do you come back to that, right? I mean, I know losing's tough, right? But how do you kind of rally yourselves around that to be able to be those guys that can talk?
I just think it starts within the players. You know, obviously, coach has their own opinion, as they should. But coach always mentions it's a player-led program. So I think it starts with us recognizing the problem and then us fixing it ourselves.